doors of the doctrine of the necessity, maybe the Kelson's theory, maybe in the name of the civil administration, whatever, 3-4 the theory, you have also discussed those. According to that, those were buried once for all in this country. And you know that because of observations made therein, and one petition which was filed by Sheikh Asfanuddin, senior advocate, along with his colleagues before the Supreme Court for the purpose of the registration of a high treason case against the then President of Pakistan, who was the Pervez Musharraf. And ultimately that trial was held and he was convicted. You don't know that this, you must be knowing that this much work, if the judiciary had done it today, the fruit, and the parliament and democratic order is proceeding in this country. Maybe a week or whatever, there will be the reason. But as far as our our system is concerned, that is successfully proceeding. Therefore, I hope in future, whenever any author, including yourself, we will write the review, you will give the most important part to this this portion of the judiciary, which the judiciary has delivered after passing of the judgment of in the Sindh High Court in 2009. Mr. Ahmed Khan, you did struggle, composed books, particularly this one today, which we are launching here. You are symbol for the independence of judiciary. You struggled for the rule of law. You struggled for the supremacy of the Constitution. And today, when I am going through this judgment, through this book, it appears that not only practically, but otherwise as well, by your thoughts, by your thinking, along with your friend, you are of the opinion that in this country, except these three principles of the Constitution, no other law should prevail, and this should be strengthening our system, which is known as the parliamentary system of the government. You have also studied so many countries' constitution in order to understand that what is the manner of the dissolution. But as far as this in our country is concerned, there had been 52B, there had been so many other powers, there had been daily martial law, but you, while discussing all these things, had come to the conclusion that except the rule of the law or the supremacy of the Constitution, no other country can make the progress in this world. Therefore, I am really thankful to you that you have highlighted all these things. As my friends were, Mr. Zubairi was saying, the President, that probably this would be now a book which should be taught in the universities to the students. But I say this should be the book which should also be read by the honorable judges of the High Court and the Supreme Court as well, for the purpose of getting actually the idea which you have floated in this book. This is not only that thing that the people do give the judgment or write the judgment or take the system from, but it is there actually to understand what is the Constitution. I may not be considering the Constitution of the USA. I will not be bothering for the India or any that how the basic structure, etc., was defined by them earlier than us. But I am concerned that so far our own system is concerned, if this book is gone through, so many examples you will find there which according to this book are those principles on the basis of which they are strengthening their principle. Why we should not adopt and why we should not adopt in our judgments. And there is no harm, because reading or studying or getting the education is our right till our death. Once we are seized with such like matter, we are bound to follow that. Mr. Zubairi has also, Mr. Bakar has also stated in respect of setting down this Rawalpindi Bar Association case about the basic structure of the Constitution is concerned. Although there is a judgment, but it is in the public domain, we respect the judgment. But there is an apparent flaw floating on the surface of the record, that is, that according to the Constitution preamble, which is now the part of the Constitution, we have to have a system in this country which is parliamentarian with the Islamic injunctions. But Chief Justice, that because is the important part of our lives. And we have actually achieved this country on the name of the Islam. And why we are hesitant to say that our system will also be according to blended with Islamic injunctions. And that is, we are not actually saying that we are taking from outside. That is from our own this preamble, which is the part of the Constitution and now had become under Article 2A. Mr. Ahmed Khan and Mr. Rana Saab, I am grateful to both of you that besides discussing these three principles, you have also compared and highlighted the right of security and liberty, not only in Pakistan, but in other countries as well. And in as much as those examples have been given where maybe expressly nothing is mentioned, but the right of life or the liberty has been expanded. In India, you cited a judgment, and in I think Germany as well, they provide the security of the life and liberty even to those persons who even do not know what are their rights. And next important thing which you have highlighted, that is Article 10A, fair trial. And I think one may have some reservation about on some of the parts of the 18th Constitutional Amendment, but so far this 10A is concerned, this is most important addition or insertion in our Constitution. And you know that recently our Honorable Supreme Court, in the case of Qazi Faiz Saab, senior Pune judge, Justice Qazi Faiz Isa, they have discussed the object and the purpose of this 10A, I think in 2-3 paras, meaning thereby that whatever the law now has been declared, it has become a law for the purpose of the implementation, even in the court of the magisterial courts, where a person who is an accused, or even in the court of a civil judge, where the civil rights are to be protected. This is the relief which has been given through 18th Amendment to the litigant or to the public of the citizen for the purpose of enforcing their rights in a very, very large spectrum, and that the people are now, particularly after the judgment of the Supreme Court, and prior to that there was a judgment also in the Sindh High Court, from the Sindh High Court, that is Sardar Lashari's case. Mr. Abid Zubairi must be knowing about that case. That was composed probably by the now President Chief Justice and the other person. Actually, that's why I am saying this book which you have, not on the face of both of you, I am saying this is in fact itself an institution for the purpose of guiding to the new advocates, to the lawyers, as well as to the political figures and the judges of the Supreme Court, including whosoever, wherever, highest, even including highest post is posted. My suggestion is that if it is possible. Let bar associations, Mr. Abid Zubairi is the president of the bar association, or through bar councils, including the Pakistan Bar Council or District Bar Council, resolutions are passed and recommendations are made that this book should be made the part of the syllabus of the students who are doing LLM because of the material which has been, or the studies or the principle which have been highlighted therein. Maybe if not possible, at least you can, as a leader or as a senior most advocate, can gift few books to the universities for the purpose of enlightening the student to our teachers as well to go through the same and learn so many things which has been incorporated in this book. And I don't know whether it would be possible for the Madam Rahila Bakai to recommend through her organization for the purpose of making or sending this book to the university for the purpose of studying to the student. I can give one example. Khan Sahab came and gave me one volume of the book which Rana Sahab. When they left, one senior counsel came to meet me, and that book was lying on the table. He, instead of talking to me, started reading this book. I said, you have come to meet me or you have come to see this book? He said, sir, I have to take permission from you. I said, what permission you want from me? He said, sir, give me this book. I said, I can give you this book because I have. He said, no, sir. I want to study this book. And not only for myself, but in the classroom, because in some of the university or colleges, I am also honorary lecturer. I will take this book with. Then I said, okay, this book I can't give it to you. I will send a request to Rana Waqar Sahab that he should supply another copy with me. And day before yesterday, we have sent a copy and I have dispatched that copy to you. Look, this should be the idea behind, as the people react immediately, just after having gone through. Sir, this is very comprehensive book. And the first book in the history of this country where you are comparing the constitution with so many other countries and making the conclusion at the end of the day. And that is also a very short one. That this is not saying discussing this happened, what happened, but conclusions have been drawn very shortly. I'm grateful to you once again, all of you, for inviting me, giving me the honor, and inshallah, if need be, any time when Mr. Hamid Khan will launch this book practically in the market, if any service or whatever is at my end, I will be available to all of you. Thank you very much.